What's going on, everybody? It's Leroy. Welcome back to Pokemon Crystal version. And in the last episode, we defeated the gym leader Chuck here in Cinewood City. So we got that gym badge, and we also got the HM for Fly, so we can now use Fly outside of battle, which is awesome. And at this point in the game, I actually have 7 total gym badges, because I've gone a little bit out of order. So before I continue towards the 8th gym badge, by the way, I caught this dude Fly guy here, a little hoot hoot to fly around. But before I head towards the 8th gym badge, I want to do some backtracking, now that I can easily do that with Fly. So let's first head to Azalea Town. There's a couple of things to do here. A lot of the things I'm going to do have to do with the HM for Strength, which I also got a couple of videos ago. So for instance, there is something that we can do down here in the Slowpoke well once we have the HM for Strength. So yeah, of course, I could have came here earlier, but figured it would just be a little bit quicker once I had Fly. So first off, let's spray a Super Repel so that there's no nonsense wild Pokemon in here. You're also going to need Surf to do this particular little mission, so yeah, once you have Strength, Surf, Fly, it's easy to go around and do a bunch of stuff. I explored most of the areas with Surf already, however, I haven't gotten a chance to do stuff with Strength yet. So, push this out of the way. If you recall, this is where we fought Team Rocket earlier, but we were cut off. So now you can go down to this direction, and there is a ladder which we previously did not have access to. So yeah, there's 2 items that you can grab in here. First one is going to be around this way, and I believe it's just a TM that we already... Oh, by the way, before I do that, actually, you can find Slowbro in here, which is very cool. They range from level 20 to level 25, and this is really important because Slowpoke normally doesn't evolve until level 37. So if you want to use a Slowbro in this game, I would recommend coming down here as soon as you get the Surf HM, rather than training up a Slowpoke from scratch. TM18 is what's down here. It teaches Rain Dance, so we've actually not teaching Rain Dance to Poliwhirl twice now. He's tried to learn it as a Poliwag and a Poliwhirl, and we've said no both times. Yeah, it's not a bad move, I just have a bunch of other good moves on my Swirly. So yeah, the TM for Rain Dance is there if you want it, but more importantly, you can grab a King's Rock if you talk to this guy. So he's going to talk about Slowpoke's evolution. If you attach a King's Rock to Slowpoke, you can trade him and evolve him into a Slowking. You can do the same thing with Poliwhirl, who I have on my team, so if I attach this King's Rock to Poliwhirl and trade it, it will become a Politoad. However, I still have a Water Stone waiting for me, which will evolve my Poliwhirl into a Poliwrath, so I'm going to have to make that decision once I have both of the items in my bag. Now, even if you don't have any use of the King's Rock in terms of evolution, it can still be attached to one of your Pokemon as a held item, and it will give you a 12% chance of making the opponent flinch. So go ahead and give it to one of your fast Pokemon, because you can only make opponents flinch when you go first in battle. So actually, kind of ironically, it's a terrible held item for Slowpoke, unless you're trying to evolve him. So yeah, while we're down here, let's head into the Union Cave. The Union Cave has a couple of things I could have done earlier, but I didn't want to backtrack all the way down here until I had Fly, so now that we're here, let's go ahead and go through Route 33, the easiest route in the entire game. And yeah, we'll go through the south entrance of the Union Cave. And yeah, you can pretty much explore everything in here once you have Surf. So let's start off by surfing across this little pond, and we didn't really need to do that, I guess. Wrong spot. Yeah, surf through this little pond. And yeah, you do need Strength to fully go through here, but most of it's accessible with just Surf. So yeah, believe it or not, there are some trainer battles down here. So yeah, and I guarantee you these guys do not have Pokemon that know Surf on their team, but they all somehow got down here anyway. So yeah, first we got Pokemaniac Andrew, and these are actually pretty good fights. You're gonna find some evolved Pokemon, some really high level, like gym leader type Pokemon that you would normally not see on your typical routes. So this is actually a really tough spot to go through if you pay this place a visit directly after getting Surf. You're gonna see that it's way higher levels than we're used to seeing with the stupid route trainers that the game throws at you. So yeah, come down here if you want an extra challenge. Even at this point, when I already have 7 gym badges, it's still going to be decently challenging. I mean, these Marowaks are no pushover, but of course when you're using Surf, it's no problem. But yeah, it really makes you wonder how this guy even got over here with these Marowak. Maybe he used to have a Pokemon that knew Surf and it got stolen from him and he's just stranded here for life. I imagine that could be like, remember that movie, like 83 Hours or whatever, where James Franco got like lost out in the desert? I feel like that would happen in Pokemon, where it'd be like, yeah, Super Pokenerd got trapped in the Union Cave without a Pokemon knowing Surf. He was there for 4 days straight. But just over on this side, we're actually... Oh, I love fighting this trainer because he has a Kangaskhan on his team. So this Kangaskhan is actually really powerful. It has a chance of actually knocking out a few of your Pokemon. So I'm going to go over to a normal type of my own, Teddy Ursa. And Teddy Ursa, if you recall, is getting extremely close to evolution. So yeah, I just need one more level, and this might be the battle to get him over that hump, because Kangaskhan, I'm sure, dishes out a ton of experience points. Yeah, Pokemaniac Calvin's got a Kangaskhan, which has always been one of my favorite Pokemon. Part of the reason it's been one of my favorites is because it's so rare, you can hardly ever find one to use on your team when you play through first generation. You gotta go through extreme lengths to get one in the Safari Zone, but, yeah, I always wish that Kangaskhan was more prevalent in the games, but I guess Giovanni does use one at one point in Red and Blue, but yeah, it would be cool to see a gym leader or an Elite Four member use Kangaskhan. And it's got that Mega Punch right there, which dishes out some serious damage. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to take two of those, that's for sure. And this return might not... Oh, it is going to get the 2-hit KO, so... Yeah, that was pretty lucky there, barely got by with that. And at this point, I don't have any fighting-type attacks for super effective damage on normals. I do have the TM for Focus Punch, although I want to save that in case I evolve my Poliwhirl into a Poliwrath. It would be nice to have a fighting-type move to start off with it. Anyways, let's spray another Repel while we're down here. This last little area doesn't require Strength or anything. We'll get to the Strength portion later on, but we do have a few trainers and a couple of items to grab. So loop around to this side here, and you're going to be able to pick up an elixir if you want it. So yeah, so you might be wondering what we're actually trying to accomplish here in the Union Cave. There are two little segments. The one I'm in right now leads to the area where you can catch Lapras, and this can only be done on a Friday. I'm not going to catch Lapras, it's no big deal. Let's fight this trainer really quick. The other segment leads to the Ruins of Alph, the section where you can actually find wild Pokemon like Natu and Smeagol. I mean, not Smeagol, not the Lord of the Rings guy, but Smeargle, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, so this person has an Eevee on her team, and I think it's followed up by all the Eeveelutions, or at least the ones from the OG games, so let's first get this thing out of the way, and we should be able to evolve into whatchamacallit, Ursaring right after this battle, so yeah, that's going to be freaking awesome. He's going to be basically the heaviest hitter on my team in terms of attack, so let's finish you with a Feint Attack, just for the hell of it. And wow, I'm actually almost dead, so yeah, I didn't even think about healing or whatever, so whatever, that's fine. I don't need Roosevelt to knock out the rest of the team. Although it would be really funny to get myself killed in battle and then evolve while knocked out, just because you would just wake up, like, in the Pokemon Center, like, oh my god, I gained 500 pounds, and now I'm a giant Ursaring. But let's switch out of here, and let's go over to Cosmo. Cosmo, you might as well go toe-to-toe with the other Eeveelutions and show them what's up. Show them that you are the superior Eeveelution. Yeah, forget the fact that you're 6 levels ahead. We'll just go with the fact that Umbreon is the best. Nice! Critical hit! There we go! Yeah, it's nice to get critical hits when you're the defensive Pokemon like Umbreon. So that's perfect. Vaporeon, why not? Let's stick in there. And that's what she said. So yeah, Vaporeon's also a very defensive Eeveelution. It's got a lot of HP, so yeah, it might take a few of these returns, but I'm sure it'll take twice as many water guns to KO me, so yeah, I'm in a pretty good spot. Another one of these, we'll just chip away at it. Yeah, I don't think we fought these Oh, another critical hit! That's what I'm talking about, Cosmo! Let's go! But yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we fought any of these Eeveelutions since we got the Surf HM way back in Ecruteak City. So it's been a while since then. Back then I only had an Eevee on my team. And last up is going to be Jolteon. Jolteon's probably the most popular of the 3 original Eeveelutions. Although I think Vaporeon overall would have to be my favorite, just because I love the bulkiness of Vaporeon and it can still dish out really good damage with surf and, you know, ice moves. So yeah, I've always been a big fan of Vaporeon, and yeah, Jolteon's got so much speed that a good quick attack's the best way to finish it off there. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with you, Umbreon. Completely took out that squad. And yeah, oh, and of course, Teddiursa was the one that got the first kill. Let's not forget about that. So now our Roosevelt is finally evolving into Ursaring. So yeah, level 30. It's not too long of a wait to get up to Ursaring. Teddiursa can definitely hold his own in the meantime. But now we have one of the heaviest hitters in the game, Ursaring, with about 120 base attack power, I believe. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this guy. His return is gonna be one of the hardest hits to take in the game, so yeah, let's give him a little test drive here on this poor little girl that has no idea what she just got herself into. And this is actually right next to the Lapras area, so we'll get to that in a moment. But first, here's cool trainer Emma. Oh, and she's got a Poliwhirl of her own. And come to think of it, this thing's the exact same level as my Poliwhirl, and the same gender for that matter. But anyways, let's go with a return. It's more powerful than Thunder Punch, even though Thunder Punch is super effective, because my attack is just that much better than my special attack. Ursaring isn't a particularly fast Pokemon, although it does have enough bulk to fall back on, and you'll be getting plenty of one-hit KOs just like that. Even if you don't have super effective hits, Ursaring's just going to be knocking stuff out in one hit, left and right. Anyway, I've been talking a little bit about this Lapras area. So if you come down here on a Friday, you will find a Lapras that you can fight here and try to add to your team. It's going to be at level 20. And of course, Lapras is one of the better Pokemon in the game. It's a water and ice type with a pretty dang good moveset. All around, bulky, hard to put damage on, great Pokemon. And I'm not going to catch one in this walkthrough. Maybe I'll come back later if you guys really want me to do it. I just have a lot of stuff to get to, and I don't want to have to spend a bunch of time catching a Lapras in the middle of it. But yeah, so Lapras is a great option. Also, don't forget you can catch Slowbro in the Slowpoke well once you move that stuff out of the way with Strength. So a couple of fantastic options in terms of really great bulky water types that can kind of push your team over the edge and be really useful for, you know, the 8th gym in particular by using Ice-type moves, as well as the Elite Four. Eventually, you're going to have to come up with something to take out all those dragons, so those are a couple options I would recommend. And I think we have one more trainer and another item over here, so let's do that before we forget. Yeah, down this way. So let's go ahead and fight this cool trainer. I think that's what they call themselves. There are two kinds of people, those who have style and those who don't. What kind of person are you? Bro, go back to the Jersey Shore where you came from. I don't got any time for that in a Pokemon game. It's cool trainer Nick. Besides, I got the backwards hat on. That definitely is style points right there for my character. But this guy's actually got some serious style points on his team because he's got, I think, every starter from the Kanto region. So, yeah, I wish I was as cool as Cool Trainer Nick with his OG starters and his awesome style. Yeah, Roosevelt's gonna completely demolish anything in its path. I think that's pretty much proven at this point. So let's go ahead and give him a break and get the rest of the team involved. Yeah, we'll bring in Sunflora to do its job against Squirtle. I do have Elekid in the PC right now. I did have to put some Pokemon away so I could make room to fly around with Hoot Hoot, who's not going to be a part of my normal team or anything. And yeah, I guess I'm really close to getting up to level 29, so kind of forgot about that, but perfect. It's a nice little surprise I left for myself. That's why I don't always mind kind of switching out when I'm really close to evolution, because it's just a little treat later when you switch in to see that you're that close. But for this Bulbasaur, we will, of course, go to Hot Sauce and let him do his thing. So yeah, that will wrap up this little area down here with the Lapras. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Lapras, if I didn't mention that enough times. And look at this, it's another little surprise. Oh, I finally missed with Fire Blast, but another little surprise I left myself. My Quilava is also almost evolved. I almost missed that. Wasn't quite paying attention, but yeah, so this area basically completes. Yeah, Slowbro though. A lot of people don't know that you can get those Slowbros down there in the Slowpoke well, and those things I particularly recommend because they come with confusion pretty much all the time, and those are very nice to use against Team Rocket, which we're gonna have to go do very soon in this walkthrough. Anyways, let's go ahead and grab this item up here, and then we're actually gonna dig on out of here so we can restart back at the beginning of the Union Cave So let's actually wrap things up with this Hyper Potion right here. So thank you all for watching, and in the next video, we will go back to the other side of the Union Cave, which leads to the Ruins of Alph. See you all next time.